Hello everybody, welcome to Makig Ko, where we discuss stories, takeaways, and motivating life experiences. I'm Bermini, and with me is Elizabeth Guan as our special guest, which happens to be one of my confidants. You say hi, Guan?
Hi everyone!
So today we'll have three segments, namely my favorite poem and my takeaways about it, my favorite song, and lastly, an encouragement to everyone. But anyway, we'll proceed in our next segment and allow me to share to you guys the chorus part of my favorite song. And after that, we will be sharing our comments and takeaways as to why this is our favorite songs as well.
Don't have to be a hero to save the world. It doesn't make you a narcissist to love yourself. It feels like nothing is easy, it'll never be. That's alright, let it out, talk to me. You don't have to be a prodigy to be unique. You don't have to know what to say or what to think. You don't have to be anybody you can never be. That's alright, let it out, talk to me.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much for listening to that song. I would like to tell you actually that this is one of my favorite songs since it's a song that was dedicated to me by one of my closest friends, and she told me that every time she hears this song, she was reminded of me, reminded of our experiences and my life journey as well. But in the song, or in the part of the song which I really like the most is the part of the lyrics where it says, "You don't have to be anybody you can never be. Let it out, talk to me." So it's a really simple sentence, but it somehow helped me understand myself more, that I don't have to be anybody in order for me to be acknowledged, in order for me to be loved by others. But it's a reminder that every one of us is unique and we have our own little ways in how we appreciate and understand things. Now, if our trouble is we don't have anybody to talk to, then rest assured that I'm always here, no matter how close or not close we are. I'll always be here to listen to whatever you say. How about you, Gwen? Any thoughts about this song?
So, mo dyan pag-una na ko nga pagkadungog ng kantaha, but generally Talk to Me speaks also to myself in a way that I have this two version of me, or I have two identity. The first one is the self that I am projecting or presenting to other people, and the second one is my real self or my real identity. So Talk to Me, as I understand the song, it's like the song is speaking to you nga dili gid ka need nga mangita og kanang laing tao to talk with, regardless of if comfortable ka makigtabi niya or you've known him or her for a long time. So Talk to Me is like kanang you have yourself man, so you mura siya kanang self love, so mura pud siya og sort of kanang mirror talk, like you have this kanang identity and you connect with these identities, you talk to them, and it's like of reassessing yourself gani, like reassuring bisag at the end of the day ang naara nimo kay ang imuhang kagalingon, but it's making you comfortable that kanang even if nag-inusara ra ka, nagyapoy andam maminaw nimo, bisan og literally ikaw ra jud na siya nag-inusara.
Yeah, amazing ka siya, no? I believe we have different interpretations about the song, but I really like your idea nga, magina siya, it's really true that at the end of the day, even if you have a lot of friends, even if you are the type of a person na introverted, is that introverted,
yes,
right?
Introvert person.
If you're an introverted person, you have a lot of friends, but at the end of the day, you really have yourself all alone, and muna siya nga, sometimes it's not, the point there is not you just really need to have someone in order for you to share your experiences or your problems with. But you can actually do self-talk. You can talk to yourself. Try pangumusta sa imong kaugalingon if how are you doing. Diba? I really like this song, and that's the reason why this is my favorite. But also to proceed in our last segment, we will be reading to you a
this
personal
moment,
favorite
allow us,
point
to
also,
read the
and
point to everyone.
we will be reading it to you, and we
You
will
are
be
an
sharing
amazing
our
person.
takeaways as well.
You might have flaws, but that's fine, because you're human, and human has flaws. But regardless of these flaws, you're still amazing. Though everyone has their own kind of weakness, but mostly it is tiredness. The tiredness to fight even if you have the will to fight, but nothing happens despite of the effort you give. Do not let your broken soul forget to appreciate the beauty of new things and the wonders of new people and chances in your life. You may be lost track right now like a ship that is laid ashore in the midst of the storm. You may be no track right now, but the thing here is, you have a goal. You don't need to follow a track because you're a type of a person who can make her own track, not just for your own self, but also to those people around you. And always remember, you are the captain. You hold the compass of your own goal. You yourself is the direction. In your hands are the works, and in your minds are the commands of the sails. Always remember that the most beautiful thing God gives you in this life is the beauty to make every mistakes right, because there's always a chance to make up for your mistakes. Do not be afraid to make mistakes right. It will mold you to become someone stronger and tougher. Do not be afraid of people's judgment. Do what your heart desires. Let no one stops you.
If you want it, then go and get it. If you need it, go and earn it. If it's meant to be, it will be. And if there comes a time that some things are not meant for you, learn how to accept it, then you'll find peace and happiness in your heart. Learn to be contented of what you have if you don't want them to become just a fragment of a sweet, lost memory. Even if there's a sadness in your soul for as long as you can remember, so it's sometimes hard for you to recognize the great warmth in your heart, but it's there. It is always there. Maybe your soul is crying without tears and your body without sound, and you couldn't do anything because the pain is still there and that it never goes away. You just learn how to live with it. Just stand and smile even if your own heart is breaking at the moment. There's always an end in every road, no matter how long the journey, no matter how tough the distance, because nothing's ever easy in this world. Everything is hard. But always show to everyone that downfall is your last priority. If you feel like everything is too heavy and too much to carry, just let your heart cry out the pain and burden. Let your soul be freed from the negative chains, and always remember you have proven yourself more than what everyone think you could only be. Battles life quest even at the expense of a mourning heart and a shattered soul. Shine like how the
Okay,
December
that's
sun
quite a
glow
long
in amber
poem,
light.
but the
You're not
everyone's
here as a
title is
damsel of
actually
distress,
The
but you're here
Burmese
to
Battle
hold your
of
sword
Love.
and be a
So
warrior.
Gwen actually wrote this one and gave this as her present during my 18th year birthday. And we would like to ask Gwen, what was your, how did you try to come up with this whole piece? I believe when you try to listen to every paragraph of the poem, you can actually see there the struggles, the pain, the encouragement and discouragement of my experiences way back, I believe 3 to 5 years ago. But I would like to ask personally, Gwen, since I never really asked her what made her write this one. Aside from I'm not sure if I asked her, can you please make a poem? Ano ba ko to, Gwen?
Yes.
Yeah, kay wala ko receive og kanang poem as birthday present. Ito ako ginasiguro nga, Gwen, can you please create me a poem? Ako expect nga kaning laisyo ni make. But right now, I would like to grab the opportunity to ask Gwen about how she crafted this piece.
So,
3 years
I
ago.
wrote this poem. I actually wrote this poem lagi ka to para birthday present ni Bermini, but kanang regardless if iyaha kong giingnan nga magpabuhat siya og poem, but nasad ko kuan na tumurag ka ng gamay gani nga
At least na gamay.
yes nga kanang buhatan ako siya og poem genuinely. Then so kani nga poem nag-draw ko og inspiration sa mga sharing sa mga tabi-tabi na mo ni Berms dayon kanang kato iyang gipang share about sa iyang journey sa iyang junior high school life. Like, dili man mi close ni Bermini pag junior high school, but familiar iyang name. Nagka-close mi pag grade 11 or grade 12?
Grade 11, or grade 12 siya, murag may click na siya kayo.
Yes, magpa-grade 11 na to nga instantly nag-share kami ng kuyuga. Then Bermin is actually a genuine kind of person and a very talkative one. So naato siya gi-share na ako nga pag junior high school daw niya kay kanang chika daw or ipang chismis daw sa iyang mga classmate kay kanang sip-sip daw siya sa mga teachers. But actually katong nasuod na nako si Bermini pag senior high, inana lang gid siya mo kanang mo approach gani gid siya og kanang tawo kay talkative baya siya. Dili ra siya magpundo sa isa ka corner gani, like kanang ganahan siya nga mo explore, mo approach og mga tawo. So mura to siya kanang junior high school prejudice ni Bermini. So dinhi nga ko ana kay as I was actually wrote this poem, gabi ito siya nako gibuhat kay inig kaugmaan na I know humana ang birthday nimo.
Kalimot ko ba sa
Humana ang birthday ni Bermini, pero gabiin ako siya gibuhat. Dayon, sa pagbuhat na ko ani nga poem kay mura ganig nag-create ko ang katong mga gipang share ni Bermini niya nako. Ako to siyang murag nag-create ko ako ang own stage niya na dito ang mura siya kanang
watch
sort
ko
of
play.
yes, mura siya kanang flashback ni Bermini, then ako ang spectator niya kanang iyaha nga mga ako man tong gibutang o ay gi-divide na ko og duha ka
part.
no time mo siya timeline butang na to nga timeline ang junior high school niya nga journey ug ang senior high school niya nga kanang journey. So pag sa junior high school kay mura ra siya og kanang flashback niya, ako ra gibutang dito nga kanang akong sa sort of gipang note na ko kung unsa iya base sa iyang gipang share na ko, gipang note na ko unsay nahitabo, then kanang unsay na feel na ko ato nga na siya looking at Bermini at that certain point of time, unsa may na feel na ko towards niya, unsay na feel na ko sa situation nga naa siya ato nga situation. Dayon that was like kanang muna siya ang first half sa poem. Din ako nag-draw og inspiration. Then sa second half kay mo na tong katong senior high school na mo nga kuan, like kanang si Bermini kay student leader man ni siya, kay naning man ni siya nga person. So ang dito na sad ko nag-draw og inspiration, like Bermini is a very kanang maningkamot jud ni siya, like as I said kanang student leader ni siya. Then the second half of the poem was about her kanang
journey,
yes,
like
mga journey, mga experiences as a student, both as a student and as a
leader.
Student leader pod kay president man siya sa mga classroom. Then gibutang sad nako sa poem ang iyahang current dili ko makaingon ng current situation, more of like butang na to na siya nga mura siya situation ana nga senior high school nga time. Then kanang ana nga period of time sad kay na kay mga na-experience nga mga like bad things ana. So mura ko kana ganing gibuhatan ako siya og encouragement through the poem. Through the poem that I wrote, so mga encouragement, mga naila-ila ganin ako og kanang mas naila-ila na kung tama niya nga batasan, nga attitude, nga unsa jud siya. So that was like kanang mo siya ang kanang content sa second half sa poem.
Okay, so that's quite long explanation, no? But I believe the overall concept there, and I would like to give this opportunity to say thank you to Gwen for actually giving me this piece. The moment I read this one, actually, I really cried. Chill lang gagawin cry. But I was really amazed because all the things that happened to me, it's all written in a piece of paper, and bragadi siya ni symbolize bang these are the hardships that I've been through. Until right now nga brag makita dyan ako ba, makompare na ko akong growth nga I became someone better, I became someone who's trying my best to grow into a better person also. And also of course right now I've been very not choosy, but I've been very I know who to I know, or ang point na ko here is kanang kabaw na ko mapili gani o kinsa ang people nga akong spend akong time with, because mo na siya ma-drain magugagad usually if kanang you spend your time to the wrong people. So mo na siya, I choose my battle well, I choose my company well, and I share my experiences to people that truly matter. And for the overall concept about this podcast as well, I would like to highlight or an encouragement to everybody that it might be some of the few points that I can pick up to my experiences and to my journey when I was a high school student up until now. One thing that I could really say to everyone is that mo to siya ang point of getting to know or letting other people or getting the chance of other people nga ilailahon nimo sila, regardless if you have heard negative comments or positive comments about him or her. Allow her to get to know you sad kay mo na we have mo na siya giingon nga reflected experience. It's not actually the best teacher, it's not actually the experience, it's actually the reflected experience. So once you contemplated about things, once you've realized and you tried to assess the situation that you're in, then makaingon jud ka nga there's a difference good nga lahi ang experience ang imong makuha if you just allow other people to get to know you. And of course, once again, we would like to say thank you to Gwen for giving her time and sharing all her ideas as well for this podcast. And once again, see you next segment, and bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
You're so. It feels like nothing is easy. It'll never be. That's alright. Let it out, talk to me.